Okay, here we have a Chevy starter that is drawing too many amps. So what I'm going to do is pull it out, tune up the brushes and the armature. So first what I do, I pull this screw here. First I mark it. I'm marking the case right down there so it goes on lined up correctly. I'm marking it right here where it goes to the solenoid. So I'm pulling this piece from this screw, goes to the solenoid. These two bolts here I pulled, they run down to the nose cone. Okay, pull this off. This particular one has a couple of side bolts in the side of the housing that bolt on the brush plate. And here is the brush plate. As you can see, I've already disassembled. I pulled this housing off so the brushes have all popped out of place. But we're going to fix that in a moment. So I took my emery cloth, put it around the side of the armature. The end here is what you have to clean up, where the brushes make contact. I'm going to hold that with my leg so I can get a little bit of cleaning action. Turn it a little bit, clean a little more. So when I get done, it's going to look all nice and shiny, clean all the way around. That's going to give me some good contact. We also have to flatten out these brushes. As we look at the brushes, we can see how this one here is kind of dished. Let's see if I can get a good shot of it. See how that has a kind of a cup shape on the end rather than nice and flat. Rounded. So the chances are, up the armature, it's making we're contact. About to clean up these brushes in one of the veins in this armature. The way I like to do this is a nice flat. I get it a nice easy grip on a pair of needle nose vice grips. And then I take a nice long flat file, and I'm going to file that until it flattens that dishing, the cupping out from the brush. Okay, take a little bit off of each corner edge. So what we have now is a nice flat brush. So I'm going to do that to all four of these. You see how this one is kind of burnt. That black color, that's what the armature looked like before I cleaned it up with the emery cloth. So you can see that cupping on the end of it, that needs to be flat. So let's go ahead and do a couple more of them. Okay, I'll grab that baby flat in here. This particular starter is turning a, I believe it's a 4.3 liter Chevy V6, and it was drawing about 400 amps in order to make it turn. So which ones do we got? Okay, here's one we haven't done yet. once again. There's the dishing, the cupping on there before I start. And after I get done, it's going to look nice and flat, like this one here, and shiny. So last one, let me get that done, and then we'll put it back together. So, okay. I don't know if you can see that, but it still has a little bit of cup left in the middle. You can see the different color in the center. We're going to file until that is gone. Okay, and then once again, a slight angle down the edge. Shrink the footprint on the armature. Now, we need to find something to hold those brushes in place with. Now we've got two more to try and get. We've got to get all four of them. And this is why it's good to put little marks on your casing. So you know how to line this baby up. Okay, what I'm going to do is go ahead and screw this brush plate back into place. At least get them started in there. There's that one. Turn around, do the other side. Okay, those are started. Now, a smaller Allen wrench to hold that one. Push this back, push this down the side, and that holds that one in place. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and drop this, get these two into place. Last two brushes got to go in. I saw my other Allen wrench there a moment ago. Here we go. Okay, one last brush to go into place. Now the long part of your brush is going to aim outward. This has to go past here into the groove. So you want the long part of your brush making the contact with the armature. I can just hold that one in place while I drop this on. Okay, so this is going to go down on here. Once the brushes get past the beginning of the armature, then we can go ahead and release them. Okay, so they are now spring loaded against there. Now we got to find my alignment mark down there on the bottom. Boom. I actually put two of them on there, one on each side. That aligns my solenoid bolt. So we'll go ahead and put that in next. Put that solenoid bolt into place. Don't forget to put your little spacer in there. Okay, so that's started into place. Now we've got our little end plate bushing that keeps the grease inside the bearing from splattering out and getting these brushes dirty. So my two blue marks, my one blue mark right there lines up with the other blue mark. Now these should drop straight through. Okay, here we go. Make sure all that is writing alrighty. Okay, so this one goes down. Starts itself in that bottom hole. This one goes down here. Should drop right into place. Okay, this one is starting. This one not so much as of yet. There we go. Now, to snug that back up. This particular starter is using a 5/16 inch, 5/16 inch, or 8 millimeter. Okay, you take that down to where it just starts to bottom out, and do the other side until it just gets snug. Then we're going to give them about another quarter of a turn. Okay, those are snug. Last, well, not last, next, do the one to the, that ties in the brushes to the, tie in your field to the solenoid. Okay, now everything's all nice and snug. Okay, last but not least, before we call this finished, we want to tighten up these screws that hold that brushes plate into place. Okay, there is one. There's two. We're going to go ahead and test this to make sure that she's working. These jumper cables, I've hooked the orange one to the positive of my battery, the black one to the negative. Now I'm going to come down here to the starter. We'll find a nice metal ground for the black one. We'll ground right up to the starter body. The red one goes right here to the main post. Alright, now I'm going to jump across to the S position. If you look on the back of here, there's an S and an I for the two different posts, the little posts. We're going to jump to this little one that says S. And it sounds like it's working fine. We'll go install this back in the car and try it out.